As Bitcoin and markets worldwide tumble as Russia invades Ukraine and potentially begins a conflict that could quickly grow much more dangerous. Is this bad? Yes. Absolutely very big. So much to be discussing in today's video. But I suppose we can leave some jokes and goofs and gaffs for a different video, as this is pretty interesting and very big as well, and there's a lot of things we can jump into. Not really much to do with like charting, really. I mean, let's be honest, looking at lines and triangles on charts probably is not going to do too much right now. Probably not very important, to be honest. But what are the ramifications of this? And then also Russia, as they've been talking about Bitcoin for a couple of weeks now very intimately, with much more interest than ever before, especially as sanctions are already happening and are going to continue most likely against Russia. How will this affect Bitcoin? And I think a lot of people potentially are fearful of Bitcoin being seen as, well, we'll get into it. So if you guys are new to the channel, make sure to hit that like, subscribe, turn on these absolute time-sensitive alerts as well, guys. I have one Twitter and one Instagram, and the rest are all scam accounts of me. I will never message you first, and I will never ask you how your trading is going. I will never ask you to sign up to something or send crypto or something, so never do that, okay? It's very important that nobody loses money to these scammers, because I have a ton of impersonators, a lot of them on every platform, even in your emails. But yeah, without any further magoo, let's jump in. Big! So I find it very hard to try to make jokes today, and I don't really want to make jokes today, to be honest. People have already died from this, and it's probably going to get a lot worse. It's very likely that it will. I mean, already, think about this. A couple of days ago, most people, including myself, didn't really think this could really escalate into something that significant or that quick or this quickly. And it turns out, over the last 24 hours, I think a lot of people, including myself, were wrong about that. I think this could escalate very quick, much quicker than anyone really is imagining. And again, that still goes for now. This could continue to escalate a lot. So we've already seen markets react. We've actually seen a decent little bounce so far. And I mean, again, if we are going to look at the charts for a second, you see we're actually still kind of in like an okay structure here. But again, trying to do like short-term TA on this is kind of pointless because, hey, you know, maybe Russia will attack another city or something, and that'll absolutely change all of this. So first of all, I think it's very important to obviously understand the gravity of this. But one thing we do know for sure is that it will continue to affect all of your finances. So everybody watching this video is probably watching this video to get an idea of where Bitcoin might go, right? And what's happening in the world right now and what will happen over the next few weeks and months will 1000% continue to affect your capital, your portfolios directly, completely. Overall, this is not great news. So again, this is a good post that I saw. Markets will recover, people will stay dead forever. So again, I do feel kind of silly making a video. I haven't done one in a few days, so I kind of want to make one anyway. But again, I feel like I can't really make jokes because I don't want to. It would just be insensitive and weird. But yeah, markets will recover and people will stay dead forever. So again, money is pretty important. But let's be honest, we are all about to be affected financially and maybe other ways as well because of what's happening. And the top comment also kind of summarizes it. It's weird to be talking about investments right now as this situation is bad, but it could get a lot worse. And what I mean by that is it could expand very quickly out of just the Ukraine. Okay, we don't know. Nobody knows. But it's also true that, I mean, I don't have any ability to do anything. There's literally only a select few people that exist that can make any decision on this. So it is important for us to focus on what to do with our finances, and it's not to be insensitive to everything. But yeah, I mean, this clearly has affected Bitcoin, and it will continue. So a sub 30,000 Bitcoin price sell-off would require panic to a large degree, but there's a ton of bids at basically 30K. 5,000 ready to be purchased. 5,000 Bitcoin ready to be purchased around 30,000, and another 7 between that $28,000 to $30,000 price level on Binance. And the order books are dense. That's kind of the main thing here. There's a lot of interest at 30,000. Could it go lower? Absolutely. I think one thing that is very clear now is this cycle for Bitcoin is drastically different, and it will change a lot, I think, because we've never had a potential. Again, this hasn't evolved into the biggest thing of all time, but it could get a lot bigger, and that's the thing we have to anticipate a little bit, I guess, at this point, is that yeah, things could get very different in the next 24 hours, as they've already changed so much in the prior 24 hours, right? 24 hours ago, the markets were a little bit different than they are now, and the world was a little bit different than it is now. But as well, Justin Trudeau, the PM of Canada, revokes Emergency Act powers, but it is a good case for crypto. They froze a lot of bank accounts for protesters donating to the Freedom Convoy, and people are turning to Bitcoin. And this, again, I don't want to focus on this too much, but this, Bitcoin is going to play a huge role in what happens globally right now, geopolitically. I think it's very clear that Bitcoin is going to play a huge role. Is it going to be seen as negative? Again, something we mentioned at the beginning, Putin, obviously not the most popular person in the world right now. Say he starts being a big supporter of Bitcoin or something like that. How will the world react? I feel like you associate Bitcoin with a guy like that, then I feel like that's not the best press. Maybe that's not the best association. So there's a lot of ifs right now. Obviously, Bitcoin, I think, is the best creation, or one of the best things to be created, obviously. But unfortunately, just like with the Silk Road, there can be very negative associations with something that is neutral. Bitcoin is actually, obviously, very... I think what it does is absolutely amazing, and it's very good. But the average person is not going to see it that way if it's associated with something negative, like with the Silk Road, like it being associated with drugs. There was a stigma for a long time. Luckily, that stigma is kind of erased, but are we going to have a new stigma potentially being formed with this attack and escalation and whatever happens because of that? But yeah, we see markets tumbling. Russia's stock market absolutely tanked, obviously, as well. And so there's a lot of fear. And it's a lot of uncertainty. And again, uncertainty usually is even more detrimental than fear, or just as, uncertainty and fear are like the two biggest movers of markets. But yeah, as you can see, right now we're at about 37. That'll quickly change probably, as it's already changed in a couple of minutes since I hit record on this. Yeah, I think it's very important to realize that whatever happens, Bitcoin is going to play a huge, huge, huge role on all of this. Bitcoin is going to be at the forefront, I think, and it's going to change how we view all of it. And I think it's going to change how everyone views Bitcoin. It's going to be very, very interesting. So we'll have to see how it plays out. But again, if we're looking at this solely, to end the video, solely as like an investment opportunity, a $37,000 Bitcoin is not insanely expensive. Potentially a good area to ladder in. But again, that could change very quickly if there's continued escalation, which there probably will be. I don't see, I really doubt that Russia just is going to attack Ukraine for 24 hours and then everything will be peaches and cream, right? That's very unlikely. That's very, very, very unlikely. And the other option is that things get a little more dicey, a little bit more tense, and a little worse, right? So, I guess we'll just have to wait and see. Here's a new channel. Make sure to like, subscribe to miss these absolute time-sensitive alerts. I guess I'll try to make jokes tomorrow, maybe. It feels kind of weird. Maybe I won't. Yeah, never respond to any scammers. I have one Twitter and one Instagram and one YouTube, and everything is just linked below. If you're curious if it's me or not, go to the links below, and if those links don't take you to the person messaging you, then it's not me. Okay, the only Twitter and Instagram that I have are below. And as well, without any further magoo, oh yeah, maybe you want to protect your crypto. You can check out the deals below. Is now a good time to get them off exchanges? A lot of uncertainty. And without any further magoo,